Hi, welcome to the Andrew Buckle book review of King of the Comics, 100 Years of King Features. And this is an impressive book, no doubt about this. This is 370 odd pages. Book came out in 2015 and it's Library of American Comics. And wow, it's got a lot of newspaper strips. Popeye, Flash Gordon, Crazy Cat, loads. You can see the list there without me actually having to say them all. But still, wow, it's a hefty tome. It really is quite size. You can see it's a large book. And I'm just going to quickly take off this. So let's just see the whole thing. And you've actually got exactly the same beneath the dust cover, which is quite nice as well. So let's go through the book itself. It's impressive. It's nice quality paper, really nice quality. You've got a lovely initial thing telling you basically the sort of characters that are going to be found within, and many others. Some really obscure ones. Obviously you've got lots and lots of information at the start, lots of detail there. See the information there. It's quite Library of American Comics, IDW Publishing. They're brilliant. I love IDW Publishing. Brilliant. So you've got a load of information here. William Randolph Hearst, the founding of an empire. And then on, if it's a comic, it's King. Loads and loads of examples of stuff that I have no idea. I must admit, you got here Santa Claus Review. Very unusual looking Santa there as well, but this is Hearst Chicago American. It says there December 1900. And you got also another, just lovely, lots of great examples of newspaper pages there. Look at the artwork. The artwork is just first rate, really, truly brilliant. And lots of examples in the Yellow Kid's new phonograph clock. So lots of different, very much of the period. You've got some nice, really high quality original artwork as well. In some of these things, you've got really sharp black and white printings as well. This one as well, New York Journal. Loads of different papers, wouldn't there? It just seems to be loads and loads of them. Just absolutely glorious. I mean, look at that. And Germany go bra, it says, whatever that means. Anyway, you've also got Happy Hooligan. And also the colours, of course, it hasn't been cleaned up in any way. You can really see it's a very rough looking paper there. You can just see, obviously the paper quality here is very nice, but you can just see obviously it's been taken from very frogs, and this is a Buster Brown story. And well, let's go for what's dear little Johnny wanted to do. Very unusual, just great black and white artwork there. And so you have got some original pages as well, some odd, and also photographs, of course. There's lots of photos. There's a lot of information, Spend ages reading through this book. It's just brilliant. Oh, this one. Yeah, here's a nice original page. Dimples. Grace J.D. Drayton, I should say. Wow. This one, Polly, and that, look at that, that's just beautiful, isn't it? That one is American Weekly. Just glorious bit of artwork. Now there is actually a Flappers one by Trini Robbins that looks absolutely amazing, absolutely stunning. Similar probably work. It looks, when I've seen an example, I haven't got it. So, but when I've looked, I think, oh, maybe, and here's another example here. Look at that, just beautiful, that sort of period, 1920s. This one, Saga of the Gorgeous Brinkley Girl, In and Out of Love. Just not really a comic book in a way that we would see a comic book now. I mean, you can see the panel structure, it's very different, but still very easy to read, very easy to understand. But obviously you've got just the text underneath, etc. I love this, obviously you've got a little calendar there, comic calendar. Now that would be something to have, 1928 comic calendar. Something to pick up somewhere, wouldn't it, in a sort of market or something. Polly and her pals. I mean, look at this one. Polly and her pals. You imagine a comic book done like that now. Just would be very unusual. Just all done with under the water, with the legs. Very strange. Imagine a whole comic book done like that. Spider-Man just done under the water with just legs, telling the story. Have to be very inventive to actually do that. Tilly the Toiler. Apps, and there's King's Features Syndicate, KFS. Obviously, that's what it is. And you've got there. I mean, just Beautiful artwork all the way through. The stories are good, actually. When you actually read through the stories, some of them are actually quite funny and actually well constructed. And then, you know, that you can see why they've lasted the sort of time. They weren't rubbish at all in any shape or form. And it's a pity a lot of that sort of material has sort of disappeared. Very hard to get. Luckily, companies like IDW Publishing have been bringing out series of these books. Sadly, there's just so much material. Don't think any one company could produce everything and save every single piece of artwork. You've got obviously Prince Valiant as well, Hal Foster, superb, absolutely superb, lovely examples all the way through. Captain Summer, Kids, that's just superb as well. Bill, again, lots of these ones I have no idea, because of course they didn't turn up in the UK. Well, they might have done, but of course back in the 1920s, I wasn't around, didn't read the newspapers back in the 1920s. You got Flash Gordon, Jungle Jim. I mean, look at that Flash Gordon, that's just. And you've of course got some lovely one down there. That is just beautiful. The artwork is just first rate, all the way. Alex Raymond, amazing. Jungle Jim, Mandrake the Magician, Phantom. You've of course got all the various things, obviously for the cinema, etc. And then you've got Phantom there as well. Obviously, original page, beautifully done, saved. Just great artwork, absolutely great artwork. That one at the bottom is really, really nice. Cy Barry. Absolutely great. Oh, this is just beautiful as well. Prince Valiant, just absolutely stunning artwork there. You got Jose Coroca, Panchito, and also, of course, Rip Kirby. Fine examples of his work there. Also got some original art pages there as well. Pete the Tramp, Unlimited New Horizons, and also Dr. Kildare. Not so much in the later period. So when you get to the later period, it sort of seems to be a lot less. So if you're expecting sort of 1970s, 1980s, and it does, let's see the dates. 1963, so you've got 1963, you've got First Week, you've got obviously got a Christmas one. Can't be a good old Bambi'S Christmas Adventures by Walt Disney. And you've got other ones here, Mother Goose and Grimm. Some of these I don't know. Mother Goose and Grimm, never heard of them. Curtis, again, maybe they were obviously immensely popular, I'm certain, in the States, but they're not familiar to me. And this one, he's got lovely examples. Tiger, the Fan. Oh, look at that. Just a page of just really cracking first-rate panels. Again, Spider-Man, all those sort of ones. Dennis the Menace. I think it's Ponytails in here. Sally Forth, and so on. Just example after example after example of absolutely first-rate book. This is just a stunning book. I love these sort of newspaper books. These are just really must-haves. If you're into that sort of stuff, this is just, obviously it's hardback, you can tell from just tapping right up to nose. I'm probably coming on the mic and it's probably thinking, what's that noise? Well, it's just a quality book from start to finish, and it should be still readily available. I actually looked online and it still, I think, is available and in print, so you should be able to get a copy. So I would, if you want that sort of thing, King of the Comics, with odds, King of the newspaper strips, maybe, comics. It's nothing, there's no Marvel, and Spider-Man, I suppose, if you want to count that, but no sort of Marvel, DC, etc. This is purely some of the just real classic newspaper strips and all those sort of things from years and years ago, but also, of course, some up-to-date ones as well. And I just think this is an amazing book. I love this. I love looking through it. It's the sort of book you pick up and you can just read at any point. Just dip into it and just read some just absolutely crackingly good material from, in this case, 1913 to 1915. In fact, it's 100 odd, 105 years old, 106 years old. Doesn't matter. It's still a good story. It's like turning around saying, it's Shakespeare. You know, you go and read or any plays around that period as well. I love that sort of stuff. 400 years ago, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to me. Good stuff. All Sophocles or Euripides or whatever. Who cares? Just great things still are worth checking out. And this is a beautiful, beautiful book. So totally recommended. First rate, brilliant, a must buy. King of the Comics.